Okay, hello and welcome to another TensorFlow and neural net tutorial. Right now we're going to get into some TensorFlow code. So if you haven't installed, I just did a simple pip install. And right now I should mention I'm on Python 3 with Windows and TensorFlow version 1.5. Now as of now 1.7 is out, but I haven't upgraded it, so that's that. So let's start with some basics. So when we're using TensorFlow, we can't use Python variables. We have to actually use specific TensorFlow variables. So I've imported TensorFlow as TF, and to get a variable, tf.variable, and we can put anything in. So let's just do 2, and let's give it a name. It's going to help us debug it. A, and the data type. tf.int32, okay, which I think is default when we just do that. Okay, let's get another variable going. Let's call this one b, and we'll give it the value of 4. Name it a or b. Okay. Okay, let's print out one of these. Now, when you make a TensorFlow graph, which is what TensorFlow does, it's a computational graph, creates computation graphs. When you create it, you have to put it in a session. So as you can see, when we printed A, we didn't get the 2, which we think we should get. What we got is information about this. So we have the object, TensorFlow variable, we have its name, we have its rank. Rank 0 is just a scalar. Shape, and our data type. Okay, so if we want to get that number 2, well, we have to do a couple things. We have to initialize our variables. So we do that with init. I'm going to spell this wrong. Global variables initializer. I think that's right. And this is going to initialize just our variables so TensorFlow can use them. And now we got to create a session with it. So tf.session as sesh. And how we run things, we do in our session, we get sesh, run, and let's run init. And then what we could do, print, see if we can get that 2 going, run, and a. So that should give us a 2. Oop. Did I hit that right? There we go. Now, this is probably going to be wrong because I spelled it wrong, because I always do. It's going to take a little while to load. These errors are nothing. Don't really worry about them. You might not even get them if you're on Mac or Linux, but as of now, you get them on Windows though. So there we go. We have our A, and it's 2. So that's how we use TensorFlow variables. We use the session.run. Now, say we want to add these. We can't just do run A plus B. We might be able to actually, but so how we do this, we get add, and we're going to use tf.add A and B. And if we want to know what 2 plus 4 is, we run add. 2 plus 4 is 6, so we don't really need to know that. I don't know. So how we, okay, yeah, there we go, 6. And to multiply. Okay. I'm assuming that's going to work. Let's see. Now, if we want to manually change our variables for A to B, or change the number 2, whatever it is, we can do A equals tf dot assign. We're going to get the variable we're looking for, A, and we're going to assign it a value of 3. Okay, so when you assign it, make sure that the variable is the same. So you need the same rank, the same shape, and the same data type. You're going to run into errors if you do that. Okay, so A times B, if we didn't assign it, it would have been 8, and now we get 12 because it's assigned. There's also tf.constants, or constant. You're probably not going to use that much, so don't really worry about it. It's good to keep in your back pocket. Okay, the last piece of thing, so we're creating a graph, remember, and we're going to be feeding in different variables, but we still need the graph structure. So what we actually do is we use a placeholder, and so this is how TensorFlow is going to compile it, and then what we're going to do is feed in data into our placeholder, and then we can use that to add and multiply. So C is going to be tf dot. I don't know if it's placeholder. No, that's not right. How do you spell it? I think that's right. So what we need to do is shape. We don't actually have a shape. Its shape's none, but data type will be tf dot int 32. So let's do C times B. So now if we do that, what's going to happen is nothing because we're multiplying a placeholder by a variable. We don't actually have a value for C. So how do we do that? We feed it in with a feed dict. So this is a Python dictionary. And our key is going to be our placeholder that we want to feed the data in, and our value is going to be the value we want in that thing. So what should happen, we're going to put C, it's going to be 5, and then we're going to multiply 5 times 4. Let's see if this works. So we get 20. So that's some very basic stuff on TensorFlow. In the next video, if you watched the first video where we did like a best fit line with, we're going to do that in TensorFlow. So that's it for now. Like, subscribe, leave a comment if you want to help me promote this. Thanks for watching.